units. He's got 65 SCVs and mules compared to 53 drones of Dimaga. And look, Dimaga actually got a Baneling nest up without me noticing and built over 25 of them. What are they going to be crashing into? Of course, this planetary fortress is the main focus. The Vikings cannot gun them down fast enough, and this endless stream of Banelings actually does manage to take out that planetary fortress. It looked like he had just enough Banelings to take care of that planetary fortress, and he's got 15 queens still alive, all of them with still quite a bit of energy. Transfuses going down still constantly. So Queen, Speedling, Mutas, and then with that huge mix of Banelings there to take out that planetary fortress, look like they are keeping Dimaga in this game despite actually losing 2 bases, and TLO not losing a single base until just now. So this actually, man, this play is really insane. It's 119 food against 110, and I'm just baffled by how well Dimaga's been able to hang in here with just units that you could get pre-lair. Banelings, Lings, and Banelings, Speedlings, and Queens. The Mutas played a very, very small role in the game so far, so I won't even count them. It's been pretty much the entire show has been Queens and Speedlings, but a few Banelings being morphed now as well. Gonna help take out these grounded SCVs and all their, or these grounded Vikings and all their little SCV repairmen. But man, these queen numbers just keep growing. Check out the production tab, still building queens. He's getting centrifugal hooks for the Banelings now so they can have a little bit increased speed. All these Speedlings surrounding the Vikings, not letting them get away from the Banelings. Great move there. All these little spines being shot out from the queens, attacking this command center. Look how fast its health goes down to 15 queens. That's pretty impressive. More Banelings being morphed. Wow, another 16 Banelings. Not sure what he's going to be doing with that. Probably a slow crawl up towards TLO's main. We'll just have to see. Dimaga actually taking a little bit of a lead here. He's on 4 bases now to TLO's 3. TLO unable to expand to this island area because there is creep on the ground. So good job to Dimaga to block that for as long as possible. But now, oh, look at this. Battle cruisers came in. He's been upgrading ship weapons and armor the entire game, but I did not expect battle cruisers to come in yet. And there are 10 Vikings right here slaughtering overlords. Dimaga is way under the food count right now. Check that out in the top right. And they're just killing more overlords because all those queens were over at TLO's 3rd base, not able to help defend against this. And these 2 battle cruisers are going to be nasty against this many queens. They just don't do enough damage to battle cruisers here. They are focus firing this battle cruiser, and you can see the queens are getting taken out despite having tons and tons of transfusions, especially at 2-2 upgrades and 3-3 going to be finished quite soon. These battle cruisers are going to be very hard for Dimaga to fight against, and he's only down to 5 queens now. You saw, look at his food count now, 103 out of 58. Is that what that says? Oh my god. And TLO, of course, sitting comfortably over 100 food, trying to kill off this hatchery with his battle cruiser and Vikings while he can. More Vikings down here trying to battle off the rest of these queens. There are, what, 5 queens still in existence. The battle cruiser actually went down to only 20-something health, but TLO actually calls down 3 mules to start repairing the crap out of it, so that battle cruiser is going nowhere fast. And like I said, these queens just don't do enough damage to kill these battle cruisers quickly. The Vikings able to take out all these drones by themselves. Battle cruiser shooting Yamato guns there. And Dimaga down to 60 food, TLO at 93. This is pretty crazy. Going to be very hard for Dimaga to fight back against. The Spire goes down there. A couple of Broodlings attack the Vikings on the ground there. He could kill this Baneling nest with just a couple more shots, but he does want to make sure that Hydralisk Den goes down. Doesn't want those anti-air units, of course, on the field when TLO's entire army essentially is, air-based. And so Dimaga trying to do a little bit of a counterattack here with Speedlings. Actually, I'm going to back it up just a little just to make sure I didn't miss any. I'm pretty sure I did miss some Speedling action. No, it looks like he did call all of those home instead, but I don't know, did he actually get there's nothing really here to be mined. Oh yeah, he did do some stuff. I thought I saw that earlier in the replay. Yeah, so the whole time that those battle cruisers and Vikings are in the base, Dimaga is up here with those Banelings we saw morphing earlier. He is crashing into Hellions, crashing into bunkers, killing off supply depots, doing whatever he can. It's almost like a base trade, but really it's just 2 big attacks going on at the same time. Dimaga doing a good job not wasting any Banelings on this barracks. Another battle cruiser does pop out for TLO, but there's still a lot of Speedlings and Banelings still alive. He's going to have to choose his targets wisely with these Banelings. There's no mining SCVs left anymore. I have to imagine that hitting the supply depots would be a good idea, but he does take out a factory there, so no more new starports will be built. A tech lab goes down. The fusion core is way over here on the right side of the base, but Dimaga does not take it out. Instead, he is trying to just get damage on random buildings. I'm pretty sure most of his focus is actually on defending his base, and now we are caught up to where I left a second ago with that Yamato gun going down. Actually, no, we're not caught up just yet. These Speedlings are coming back home to defend. He cannot kill quite enough stuff up here to be worth it. So there are those mules still repairing the first BC that we took a look at. But now we are about caught up. That Hydralisk Den and that Baneling Nest both just went down. The Speedlings show back up over from TLO's base and try to hit some Vikings, but the Vikings still just lift off, and they're taking out every Overlord in sight. Dimaga got back up to 96 food very quickly off of these other bases. Don't forget, he has a third and a fourth base over here, but TLO just rampaging through. So it's kind of amazing that Dimaga is at 96 food. TLO is actually only at 94. Some Hydralisks were building before that den went down. There are actually still quite a lot of them able to take out this battlecruiser finally. There's still one on the move with 5 kills and full upgrades, 3-3 upgrades against 2-2 for these Hydralisks. But this hatchery was taken down only 37 health, and that's where some of those Hydralisks were built. And another Hydralisk den was built over here at the third for Dimaga. They do actually have the increased range, so they're able to take out a couple of Vikings there. And all these Speedlings trying to bounce in and out of TLO's base, just trying to keep him from wrecking everything that Dimaga has. And actually, the fact that TLO is really only on one mining base anymore. This is his only operational base. He tried to take this one over here. He just killed that Overlord that was pooping creep with that Viking. This one's mained out. His main is mined out, I should say. His second is mined out, and his third still is pretty much the only operational base he has. TLO sees this high-yield mineral base again, but doesn't have enough units to really take it out this time around. There are actually a lot of Hydralisks and Speedlings and even a Queen here to defend against that. Only 4 Vikings will not really do much of anything. This battlecruiser is still alive, but look how fast it torches these Hydralisks. There's no chance they're going to be able to kill this off. Actually, they might kill it off, and I might look really stupid. He is doing a Yamato gun, doesn't quite get it off. More Hydralisks show up, but man, you saw the difference between one fully upgraded battlecruiser and even an 0-2 Hydralisk. I said 2-2 earlier. I think I must have had a Speedling selected because he did get those melee attacks upgraded very quickly. Yeah, he has 2-2 on melee, 0-2 for the ranged. 2 Cloaked Banshees here. Obviously, Dimaga has not been able to keep up with Overseer production. He's had bigger things on his plate to deal with. Both players right at 100 food. This is pretty astonishing stuff. This battlecruiser still just floating around, taking out drones where he can. Dimaga needs to turn these Hydralisks around and start killing off this thing once and for all. It is very low on health, and yes, the Hydras are in range, and I think they're going to be able to kill him off. Just a couple more shots. Oh, you let him get away with 9 health. I can't believe that. These 2 Banshees just going crazy, going to town on whatever workers they can find. They do have enough energy for Cloak, but there's an Overseer actually in the area finally. Another Overseer there for Dimaga. So these Hydralisks will be able to take out the Banshees. I can't believe that battlecruiser lived a second ago with only 9 health. There he is just chilling. Gonna pop back in, but there are some Hydralisks waiting in case that does happen. Trying to break down these destructible rocks to get to TLO's only mining base. He finally did land that command center, but he hasn't started doing anything with it just yet. Hydralisks and Overseers trying to take out these Banshees. It looks like TLO has actually fallen behind in the food count despite having just crazy advantages throughout the game. He is distance mining with all these SCVs back to his main. And Dimaga is comfortably mining from 2 bases, his third and his fourth. Pretty much undisturbed. That single battlecruiser with the 9 health flying on home. And Speedling's killing off all these distance mining SCVs soon. If we look at the worker count, Dimaga's at 44 drones, TLO's at 49 SCVs, and we just saw him drop 9 mules. Where did he must have dropped those over here. Yeah, 9 mules just came down on this island expansion. But finally, the Hydralisks do break through those rocks at TLO's third base, only mining base there for a large portion of the game. They are going to be able to take out these 2 starports. Not enough fighting units in the area. The battlecruiser is getting repaired up. Yamato Cannon does go down, but they killed Hydralisk so darn fast anyway. I almost feel like Yamato Cannon is slower than the normal attack. All these SCVs coming in, distance mining still getting taken out. Several Hellions have been building. If you look at the production tab, TLO is getting 3 battlecruisers, 2 tanks, 3 Vikings, a Banshee, 3 Hellions. Oh, that's the unit tab. I'm retarded. He's getting Siege Tech, though, and 2 tanks. Yeah, sorry about that. But 3 battlecruisers here are all 3 of them, trying to defend this last base of TLO for as long as possible. But Dimaga has so many Hydralisks. Check out the units tab again. I won't get fooled this time. 36 Hydralisks. He has gone entirely from Queen and Mutiling to mass Hydralisk. He doesn't even have... Oh, he does have 1-0. Finally, 1-2 upgrades on these Hydralisks, able to do a little bit more damage to the fully upgraded air units of TLO. He's got really nothing that can stop any of this, and now that all those mules just died simultaneously. But there are so many Hydralisks here, and TLO caught without Siege Tech, caught without a lot of tanks all over the field. These battlecruisers really do just mow through the Hydralisks, as you can see, but with those queuing attacks, they can do a lot of damage pretty quickly themselves. Look how quickly those Hydralisks die. Man, that was like 10 Hydralisks in like 20 seconds. 3 battlecruisers do finally go down. TLO down to only 54 food against 125 of Dimaga. The huge swing in this game is really the craziest part of it. The starports do finally go down. Another fusion core is here, despite having one way up here. He just wanted to protect that asset just in case Speedlings came back into his base and tried to take it out. So TLO on 1 mining base does not have a ton of SCVs there. Dimaga still on 2 mining bases. One of them actually, no, the high yield is mined out. This base is still open for him, but he's basically on 1 mining base to part of a mining base, so he's got a huge advantage. Not to mention he's got way more workers at this point, 40 drones against 22 SCVs. All those distance mining SCVs, a couple of them still trying to haul back minerals, but they were pretty much massacred, and there's really not any minerals left to mine except for these, and Dimaga has claimed them now. So TLO finally on the ropes against Dimaga, 60 food against 115. There are some siege tanks now at his ramp, but with the total map control that Dimaga has now and the lack of a real air force, if we look at the units tab, there's only a Banshee and a Viking and a battlecruiser left in the skies, and lots of Hydralisks left for Dimaga, 34 Hydralisks left. Here they are, 2 big swarms of them. He is not upgrading. He's getting Ventral Sacks for his Overlords, so planning a drop sometime in the near future. He's trying to break down the rocks here so that he can actually take advantage of these minerals. Like I said earlier, they're pretty much the only minerals left. I have a feeling this hatchery is not going to last too long since he doesn't have any units in the area, but this one actually could end up just fine. TLO still hasn't, I mean, I would have queued up mass SCVs at this point because that is going to be his only hope for staying in this game, and he's still just training 1 at a time out of there. It goes back to just never having things queued up, that mentality, but he kills off a couple more Overlords now, and Dimaga actually still stays above his food cap. This one lives. Nope, it dies. It had 1 health for just a second. Now he is in the red, but Dimaga's superior army moving across the creep here. He's got creep all over this map. TLO can't really build anywhere. Even if he wanted this base, he couldn't because of the creep spread. So this basically is going to be the final confrontation. All these tanks, Banshees, battlecruisers surrounded by a huge arc of Hydralisks, and Dimaga finally takes the game. That was pretty epic stuff between the Terran, Liquid TLO, and the Zerg MTW Dimaga. A series of close calls, including this hatchery and that battlecruiser earlier, made the difference for Dimaga, and he was able to just stay in it through perseverance and switching to the right units, expanding when he could, and not letting TLO get too many advantages over him. So excellent game, excellent game. Hope you guys really enjoyed that, and I hope you'll stick around for more casts in the near future.